Hi friends, it's Jackie Monastro, your children's pastor. I'm here to read you another story this morning, and today we're going to take a look at God's Very Good Idea by Trillia Newbell. Let's jump in. In the beginning, in fact, before the beginning, God had a very good idea. It was an even better idea than solar panels, the super soaker, color TV, chocolate chip cookies, a life draft, fireworks, roller skates, and even the X-ray machine. God's idea was to make people. Lots of people. Lots of different people who all enjoy loving Him and all enjoy loving each other. They would all be made in His image. They would all be like mirrors, reflecting what God is like. Because God is full of love, they would be full of love too. So God got to work. He made a beautiful world for people to live in. Then He made the first people, a man and a woman, and He said to them, "Be happy. Enjoy loving me and loving each other. Have a huge family that will fill the earth and look after the earth and enjoy the earth." All of them were made in His image. God carried on creating people, and all of them were different too. Some were men and some were women. Some liked to read. Some liked to ride bikes. Some had darker skin and some had lighter skin. Some had curly hair and some had straight hair. We live in God's world. We are all different, but we are all also the same. Everyone you see is different than you and the same as you. They might look different or speak different or play different, but they are all made in God's image, and so they are all valuable. This is God's very good idea. But people ruin God's very good idea. The first people chose not to love God. This is called sin. And because they chose not to love God as they should, they forgot how to love each other as they should. We are all the same. We choose not to love God, and so we are not able to love each other like we should. We sin. Sometimes we treat others badly because they're different than us. People fight with each other. People are mean to each other. People laugh at each other. Because we've ruined God's very good idea. He's not very pleased with us. Our sin means we can't be friends with Him or enjoy living with Him. We need God's forgiveness for ruining His very good idea. It's the same for everyone in the world. People who like reading need forgiveness. People who like riding bikes need forgiveness. People with darker skin need forgiveness. And people with lighter skin need forgiveness. People with curly hair need forgiveness. And yes, people with straight hair need forgiveness. But God was not surprised by people ruining things. He had always had a very good plan to rescue His very good idea. So God, He got to work. He came to earth as a person, Jesus. Jesus loved people who were different than Him. He loved people who no one else loved. Your faith has made you well. I can see. He always enjoyed loving all the different people He met. Jesus shows us how to enjoy loving each other. But people didn't love Jesus. Instead, they hated Him. They put Him on a cross to die. But this was part of God's plan all along. On the cross, Jesus took our sins so that we can be forgiven. Jesus forgives His people for their sins. Jesus didn't stay dead. He rose back to life and then went back to live in heaven. Jesus didn't stay dead. He rose back to life and then He went back to live in heaven. And then He gave people His Spirit to help them enjoy loving Him and loving all the different people they know. Jesus helps us to love each other. One day, God will finish His very good idea. Jesus will come back and make the world perfect again. And anyone who has asked Jesus to forgive them will live there with their different languages and skin colors. They will enjoy loving God and loving each other. They will enjoy praising God for making, rescuing, and finishing His very good idea. But here is a very, very, very good part of God's very good idea. You don't have to wait to enjoy it. Jesus welcomes anyone who asks him to forgive them. And when Jesus welcomes someone, he welcomes them into his family forever. He welcomes people who like reading and people who like riding bikes. He welcomes people with darker skin and people with lighter skin. He welcomes people with curly hair and even people with straight hair. God's family is called the church. Your church friends are your brothers and sisters. Your wonderful and colorful church family. You can enjoy loving them and loving God with them. This is God's very good idea. Lots of different people enjoying loving him and loving each other. God made it, people ruined it, he rescued it, and he will finish it. And with your church family, you can enjoy being part of it right now. You see, friends, God made each one of us to be different, to be special and unique. Think of the ways that you're different than your family and celebrate those ways. God made you to be you. You can use the different things that you like and the different things that you're good at to love God and to love others today. All right, see you next time.